Hi guys, welcome back. It's Julie. Welcome to week number 8 of my 52 weeks project. I hope you're still following along and we're completing our last week for the month of February. I'm going to do this sketch right here. I kind of moved everything to the other side only because of the orientation of my photo, but I'm still staying true to that sketch. I've gone ahead here and I've stamped my little tiles in Candy Apple Red. I'm going to bring in the months of the year stamp for February, and I'm going to use these cute little brackets here to highlight my cupcakes. I'm going to use a little bit of ballerina ink, and these little guys here were all colored using the Spectrum Noir markers, and here are the colors right here. I do bring back my background stamp because I really like it, and I like to bring back a few elements from month to month. That way it really creates a really nice look for your book for the entire year. So I'm going to stamp here in ballerina ink, and I'm not being that concerned if I'm overlapping or not because my photo is going to go right here, but I'm going to just stamp all of the top section. And then I just want to make sure that I've got, it went down far enough, and I did. So I'm going to add a little bit of distressing here with that ballerina ink. I just found that it looked really, really pretty with the photos that I had. And I'm, in essence, creating my own background paper. So if you run out of background paper, you can make your own. Just use some of the same colors. So again, I'm showing you here that it doesn't really matter if I did kind of overlap. It's not always that easy to stamp and keep your head out of the shot. So sometimes I mess up a little bit, and in this case, it really doesn't matter. I'm going to add this little piece of red glitter paper that I've cut down, and it wasn't long enough, so I'm just going to split it up and put it on either side of that photo. My little title here says, "Hey Sugar," which is really cute for this layout right here. So my daughter decided to bake brownies. Okay, they're not cupcakes, but close enough, right? She also likes to park herself in front of the oven when she's cooking to make sure that nothing burns. So I thought I'd snap a picture. You know, normally I probably wouldn't do a whole scrapbook layout about this, but on these small layouts, these 6x8, it's cute to have like just 1 or 2 pictures, and it tells a story. You know, like the kitchen isn't super clean, you can see stuff on the counter there, but it's real time, it's what's happening now. So I thought that that was a good picture for this week. Plus I really wanted to use those cupcakes. So anyways, we're going to add our little journaling here, and I'm just going to trim them off at the end, and then we're going to move on to the next step here, and I'm just going to add my week. And I kind of left them a little bit longer. I don't know if you caught that. Kind of left them a little tail so that I can sneak them underneath my little picture frame here on the 2x2 picture. I just thought, oh, I'd live on the wild side, week number 8, and shove them up here on the side instead of always at the bottom. So, you know, you can use them whichever way you like. This comes out of my stash, and what do they call again? I think they're called Stuck on You puffies, and I still had quite a bit of them, and they've got that nice little glittery hearts going for them, so I thought it would be perfect for this layout right here. So let's talk about these little half pages right here. I've actually gone in my Cricut and I've recut this one, and mainly because I had a typo, so happy accident, I guess. So when I print these, I actually print them on just printer paper, and then I place my cut piece on my printer paper with low-tack tape, and then I just peel it off, and your journaling is printed right on the back side of your half page. Now, what's really important when you're printing on your cardstock, you have to delete that kind of shadow line of your half page, or else it's going to print on your finished product, and you don't want that. But other than that, that's how I print my journaling on my little half pages, and so far it's working out pretty good. So I wanted to kind of repeat the same pattern I did for the month of January, but my pieces were too short. So I'm going to fix that with that little heart. I'm going to bring back again that really nice background stamp that I absolutely love. So I am using it in this project. And I'm just going to stamp all along the side. Now I want to be a little bit more careful with this one here because we are going to see if I'm not lining them up right. But I only need to stamp it 3 times, and then I'm going to put this little half page together. I'm going to add a little bit of distressing, just like the other page that I just completed. It just kind of looks nice. And then on the other side here, I'm just going to add a little bit more just to jazz it up a little bit. It was kind of plain, the first one I did. And this is why I brought in the Stroke of an Artist stamp set. I love this stamp set, and every time I can use it on a project, I am so happy that I purchased it because I use it quite a bit actually. It doesn't really show up in the video because the ballerina pink is so light, but it just gives it just that nice little texture instead of just like printed words on the back of my half page. So I really like adding that stamp set to this collection here, or this project I should say. So we're going to add our little pieces, and I'm just going to trim that so that it's exactly the same length, and you'll see why in a minute. I'm just going to piece it together. I'm going to pretend like I had enough paper. I just wanted to have those XOXO in the right direction, and all the leftover pieces I had were not fitting the bill. So see, I'm going to add that little heart right at that junction between those 2 pieces of glitter and pattern paper, and there you go. Nobody's going to know that that was not a complete piece. So I am bringing in my page here because I knew I had those cupcakes and they were kind of busy. So I wanted to make sure that when I was positioning those hearts that it wasn't like kind of interfering with that page on the other side. And I'm trying to repeat that same pattern I did for January. I'm trying to add those little words going up the side, and it's not exactly working. It's not exactly going the right way. I'm trying to add all of these things, and at the end here I ended up stamping the word kiss twice, and then I'm gonna keep adding those little puffies because they're perfect. They are absolutely perfect for this project. I'm gonna add them 3 in a row, so I'm kind of mimicking that same look. So you've got the little words, you've got the journaling at the back, and I've stamped my really nice month on there. I'm pretty happy on how that turned out. Last thing you will need to do is just take a hole punch and just punch those through. It's just a single hole punch, the regular standard one. And we're going to add this to our book. I'm going to sneak week number 8 in my book. And then I'm going to add those little half pages. I really like the way that turned out. So we're going to put this guy back in his location, and we are done. So we're pretty much caught up for the month of January and February. Here are the completed pages for the month of February, and I'll be starting the video for the month of March, so you'll want to catch that one next. Thanks for hanging out with me. Don't forget to take pictures.